Tell us about the surveillance of Chappelle Corby's family. Were you ever involved in any of that?
Yes, I was. Yes. There was extensive surveillance on all the family members, all the Corby family members.
In what way?
There was covert surveillance, which was following, tailing their movements. There was the use of some electronic surveillance, which is GPS devices.
GPS devices, what would you have done with those?
They're devices that are used to track vehicle movements.
Right, so would you hitch one to the vehicle?
That's right, yes. So
you actually hitched a tracking device to the vehicles?
I didn't.
No.
But there were GPS tracking devices placed on vehicles belonging to the Corby family members.
Was that done via the media?
Yes. By contractors associated with the media, that's right.
And how often would this happen?
To the Corbys or to anybody?
Well, to the Corbys to start with.
It happened to all of them that were driving a vehicle. I think the young girl Melly, is that how I say her name?
Yeah,
Melly?
Melly.
Yeah, she wasn't, she wasn't driving at the time.
No.
I don't believe that young James owned a vehicle at the time. I think he was using someone else's vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Roz had some sort of, I'm vague here, but a four-wheel drivey type of thing, like a Rodeo sort of Ute truck thing. I don't know if it's full drive, but it looked it.
Yeah.
Mercedes had some sort of van thing.
Right.
Had quite a mixture of cars amongst all of them.
Yeah.
There was a couple of little old beat-up sedans as well, but all the vehicles were tracking devices. There was covert surveillance. There was talking to neighbours, friends, associates. There was use of listening devices.
Listening devices?
That's right.
Where would you put the listening devices?
Well,
were they inside or outside?
It depends on the situation and who was using them at the time. Right. I didn't actually place any listening devices,
no.
But I do know that they were used both inside and outside.
What, on people?
And also vehicular.
Placed in the rooms?
Yes, inside houses, that's right, yes.
Not in people's coats, pockets, or...
Oh, no, that's too hard, no.
Too hard. So there were actually static devices placed inside the Corby home?
Yes.
Right. And how long did that go on for?
I don't know that they were ever actually removed.
Oh, so they could still be there today?
Yes, in theory they could be, yes, that's correct. It was at a Logan Lee address.
Yeah.
Now I'm going very, very roughly on memory here, so please forgive me. I think the house number was number 10 or number 11.
Mm-hmm. What we might have to do, if you don't mind, we'll probably blank that address out.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Sorry, okay, yes. And
for privacy reasons.
Then you don't need me to mention the name of the street or anything, do you?
No, thank you, Colin. That'd be fine.
Okay, gotcha. Just to confirm that we were actually in their home.
From the way you were saying it, it sounds like that you had the home. You can tell me off air that the address and
okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, who would authorise this?
Sorry. It was a variety of people. It would depend who was doing the story at the time, which
So this was the
producer.
media. It had nothing to do with the police or or police departments. It was totally media
That's correct.
organisations that were bugging the Corby's homes
That's correct.
and tracking devices on their car.
Yep.
This is illegal, isn't it?
Not tracking devices, no.
Bugging devices in
Uh,
people's homes.
it depends. It, it depends on what
Isn't this the media
circumstances.
actually taking the law into their own hands just to,
Yes,
which to me is illegal.
yes,
So if the Corbys were to have found that out, they could have laid charges against the television station or whoever was involved in doing this.
that's right. Or whoever placed them there, or that's right, whoever authorised it, counselled it, procured the people to do it.
And do you know who
Um,
these people are, Colin?
I believe I might. I might have to
Mm.
check some facts and details, but I believe I might.
So you still think those tracking devices may be there today and may still be
No,
working? Or
no,
not
not.
tracking devices, listening devices?
I doubt. No, they wouldn't be working any longer. No, most of them only have a shelf life of a few months. It's a short battery life.
Right. And what about other things such as secret filming?
Yes, that was conducted many times.
Can you give me
Uh,
some examples of?
well, that was part of covert surveillance.
Yeah.
So if hypothetically we were surveilling Roz,
Mm.
we would then be recording her. We would be using covert hidden cameras,
So
surveillance
she would
devices.
expect an interview and invite a reporter into her home and not to know that they're actually carrying a secret camera hidden in on their belong on either in the bag or on the person filming her as she speaks.
Exactly, and it wasn't just reporters. At times, another situation was a well-wisher who just knocked on their door and
A
said that
well
they'd moved.
wisher.
That's right. Yes.
So you would, as a covert operation, a well wisher would just call in
Yes.
unexpectedly with a hidden camera and film the Corbies.
Exactly.
How did the well wisher get hitched up with a hidden camera? So it would have had to be prearranged.
That's correct. Yes. Yes.
So it's
Someone
another
was.
covert operation of a sting, a setup.
That's correct.
It's pretty.
And I believe on that occasion that person was actually in the Corby home having cups of tea with them for a period of about an hour. They may recall that.
Right. And you obviously would know who these people are.
Some of them, yes. Yes,
Yeah.
I do know that instance myself, yes.
When they were filming the Corbies, and then this is a question you might want to answer, you might not want to answer. Did they ever find anything that suggests the Corbies were involved in drug smuggling in their covert operations?
No, never. Not
Never?
never. Never. There was nothing. And
So the type of
I,
things that you were all filming was talk about family, cups of tea, how the dog's, annoying the neighbour next door, or, things
yes,
like that.
yes, boring,
Boring
bland, boring, bland conversations that you, me, and everybody else has on a daily basis.
and nothing to do with drug smuggling.
No, nothing. There was never anything. The closest to any conversation came to drug smuggling was when the topic of Chappelle might have been discussed, which of course the family would obviously do because it's their sister and daughter. So no, that was the only time any discussion of drugs or dealing with anything at all. There was never one shred of evidence that ever came out that pointed us in the direction of drugs, Corbies, ever. Never.
Ever.
Never.
And for a period of how long were you working on this covert operations of following the Corbies, how long would this have gone on for?
Well, that started in 2000, at the end of 2004,
Yeah.
and went through until my last knowledge of that would have been around 2009 or 2010.
If you don't mind me asking,
Yep.
what channel did this? There must have been hundreds of hours that this was going on for then.
Oh gosh, yes. Literally hundreds of hours.
You know what they're going to say when they actually hear this? They're going to say that that's not true, aren't they?
They can try.
Do you have any evidence, like your own paper trail, to prove what you're actually saying is the truth?
Let's hear them say it's not true first. It's the best way to bring out evidence is after it's been denied, not before.
Yeah, exactly.
And it shows the nature of the beast if you bring it
It's
out.
a very disgusting way of treating a family, isn't it? That is actually stressed to the max. The
Oh
daughter
yes.
is in an
Yes.
Indonesian jail.
Yes.
And I'm actually, I could say they probably were totally oblivious to this kind of thing happening to them. I mean, when they find out that this has happened, and they will listen to this interview, I'm sure they're going to be absolutely horrified.
I wouldn't be pleased if I was them.
No.
I don't know that I would be surprised, given my knowledge of Australian and international media, and I have worked for both Australian and international media.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.